Hola, chicos y chicas. Welcome to the screencast Pronombres de complemento indirecto. So we have just learned about pronombres or reviewed pronombres de complemento directo. And now this is indirecto. So here they are. They might look familiar to you. The only difference between the complemento directo is instead of lo, la, los, las, we have le and les. So what is the pronombre de complemento indirecto or indirect object pronouns? Well, the function is that it indicates to whom or for whom is the action. So an action is taking place and someone is indirectly affected by it. So here's a sentence. El médico me recetó la medicina. Now, la medicina is the direct object pronoun. So the doctor prescribed the medicine to me. So the medicine is directly being affected. It's being prescribed. It's the object. And who's doing the action? The doctor. That's the subject. And para quien or a quien, for whom or to whom was the medicine prescribed? To me, a mí. So, me is the pronombre de complemento indirecto. So, when we, instead of me, te, nos, os, but when we're talking about usted or él or ella, or a noun as being the object, the indirect object of the sentence, it looks a little bit different because sometimes we have to clarify that third person, and so we have to use the pronouns or another noun at the end of the sentence to clarify. So for example, el médico le dio una inyección. So the doctor gave a shot to whom? ¿A quién? El médico le dio una inyección a ella. So we add the a ella at the end if we don't know who we're talking about. But we always have to have the le there. It's indispensable. The a ella can be used to clarify or emphasize, but it is optional. Here's another. ¿Quién les trajo las medicinas? Who brought them, or who brought you all the medicine? We don't know who the les is in this sentence, so we want to clarify. ¿Quién les trajo las medicinas a ustedes? But if in the context we already know that it's to you all, we wouldn't need to put a ustedes. Here's another. La enfermera le trajo la radiografía. The nurse brought the x-ray to whom? ¿A quién? Al doctor. So notice in all of these that we have to have the personal a at the end to say to whom the action is being done, or for whom. What happens when we have dos verbos, or the progressive is used, like the participio progresivo with ando or yendo? So much like with the pronombres de complemento directo that we just went over, we have two options. You can put the indirect object pronoun before the first verb, antes del primer verbo, or you can put it after the second verb, pegado, attached to the second. And if it's progressive, we have to add an accent, añade un acento. So here's an example. Me están dando las medicinas ahora. They're giving me the medicine now. Or, can you guess? Están dándome las medicinas ahora, with an accent on the A, since it's one of those progressive participles, ando or yendo. We've got to put the accent on the ando or yendo so that we know that the emphasis goes there. Here's another. Le tienen que hacer una radiografía a mi perro. they have to do an x-ray on my dog. Or, tienen que hacerle una radiografía a mi perro. So again, the le can go before the first verb or after the second verb attached. Now, these might look familiar because you actually already know these in the context of verbs like gustar. Because remember when we say me gusta el queso, what we're saying is that cheese is pleasing to me. So, all of these use this exact same me, te, le, nos, os, les. You might need to be reminded that doler is to be in pain or hurts me. Me duele. It's a boot verb. So there's the connection. There's the grammar. Let's do a little bit of practice. Go ahead and write down the answers to these questions with the given information in parentheses. So make sure, this is a little tricky because you have to really think about who's the subject, who's the object, who's the indirect object, and you have to respond accordingly. So really think about these questions, pause the screencast, write down your answers, and then we'll go over them and see if they're right. Ok, listos. Número 1. ¿Qué le recetó el médico a mi abuela? What did the doctor prescribe to my grandma? The pills. El médico le recetó las pastillas. So since we're responding to the question, we might say a tu abuelita. But since we're talking about abuela, we probably don't need to add it. And we're talking about the médico, we probably don't need to put that there either. Simply could be le recetó las pastillas. He prescribed her the pills. Número 2. Mamá, ¿qué nos sirves esta noche? Mamá, what are you serving tonight to us? And so an answer could be, Mamá answers, le sirvo el pollo. Now that's if she's talking in ustedes. But if she's in España, she might say, os sirvo el pollo. I'm serving you chicken. Número 3. ¿Qué le pidieron ustedes al camarero? What did you guys order from the waiter? La paella. So we would all answer, nosotros, optional, le pedimos la paella. We ordered la paella. The le is kind of like saying from him, from the waiter. Y número 4. ¿Me puedes traer la grapadora, por favor? Now notice this is the two verbs, so there are two options for our answer. Sí. ¿Te puedo traer la grapadora? Or, sí, puedo traerte la grapadora, with the te added to the end. Well, hope that went okay. I know this is pretty complicated, so let's keep practicing. And I'll leave you with this cute little meme. ¿Me estás diciendo que Dora no puede oírme? Are you telling me Dora can't hear me? So in this, you might notice a direct or indirect object pronoun being used. Adios.